The media's progression on past and present generations has sparked an accumulating number of debates, many arguing that it leads to beneficial technological advances, and others insinuating that the intentions of media are perhaps immoral. The effects of media are thought to be the source of many of today's problems, such as obesity, violence, pirating, and more. One of the most talked about problems having arisen since the onset of media is its impacts on children. There is this notion in the advertising world that corporate pedophilia has emerged as a means of using children to sell in the event of pop culture. Opposing this theory is the thought that media can be used in a healthy and proactive way for children to discover their identities, approaches to relationships, and generate a positive body image. The emergence of pop culture is pertaining the rate at which society is susceptible to moral panics. Panics that begin with what's wrong, not right with society, and then sought after evidence to prove it. The notion that pop culture and media as a whole negatively affects younger generations has resulted in increased concern, particularly when the Australian Institute released the 2006 report Corporate Pedophilia. The paper stated that there was a heightened use of sexual imagery of children in the marketing and advertising world, leading to an escalated alarm over the sexualization of children. In the report, Dr. Clive Hamilton, a professor of public ethics, claimed that children, moreover young girls, are being portrayed in a way that emphasizes adult features sexually, so as to benefit the economic world. Few of the general attractions of adult women being imposed on younger girls are long hair, the wearing of jewelry, makeup, and accentuating their necklines. This is apparently exploiting younger girls. Whilst this may be perceived as a coming-of-age era for girls wanting to dress up and act mature, this is not the case with French Vogue, when in 2011 caused for major uproar as it featured on the cover 10-year-old Thelaine Lena Rose Lubry Blondeau in heavy makeup, a plunging neckline, and stiletto heels. The most prominent and overbearing features in the photos is her dark lip, stiletto shoes that obviously don't fit her, revealing clothing thought to accentuate curves that she clearly does not possess, and suggestive poses and facial expressions. Although this is a clear example of amplified and excessive media effects, it reinstates Alan McKee's hypothesis that the claim of the sexualization of children is purely rhetorical. Amidst the negativity of the media's so-called targeting of children for profitable consumer capitalism, there are positive aspects that the media can be seen to be urging. Too Much, Too Young, the Sexualization of Children Debate in Australia, a recent publication by Lumbey and Albury, have noted that there is a growing body of research that is emerging, suggesting media allows for a healthy and secure way for the younger generations to explore their sexual identity and develop a proactive body image. They have also made reference to popular Australian magazine Total Girl, targeting at the time 44% of the younger demographics. This magazine has been noted for praising smart girls in at the time spread of Revenge of the Nerds, in addition to successful and influential female celebrities. Furthermore, Total Girl demonstrated its morality by promoting the standing out from groups, highlighting how important it is to not succumb to peer pressure. The notion that pop culture was encouraging children to emulate adults in their behavior was further discarded as the models featured in and on Total Girl were not displayed in a provocative manner, but instead as smiling, playing, and were shown to be wearing minimal makeup. The effects of media thought to impose negatively on the younger demographics has been a concerning debate, parts of society siding with the notion that pop culture is the root of the sexualization of children for marketing gains, and others believing that it allows for children to discover themselves and produce their own identities. The release of the corporate pedophilia paper instigated an unwanted and not needed an alarm for society. Although French Vogue did capture what could be deemed as sexually appealing photos of a child, it was in the name of fashion. It's not an epidemic, and it's not the cause for alarm. With the ease of access to the internet, television, and the sharing of media, it's no surprise that young females are becoming increasingly absorbed in fashion and pop culture. Lumbey and Albury insist that although a valid issue should not be thought to coincide with the claim that media, as a whole, is encouraging children to act sexually, or that it's okay for them to be sexually exploited as a marketing gain.